Two things on the watch list for today. The first are the federal expansion plans for an ICE detention center in Marana, Arizona. What they're looking at is the currently shuttered old prison. Now, there's been no contract yet, there's no formal plan, but we have to really watch the town council of Marana. Because honestly, I don't know any of my friends in Marana who would like to say, I live in Marana, the home of an ICE detention center. The second thing on the list today is Project Blue. Yes, the Project Blue data center, and we thought that was over, but it's not. It was just declined by the city of Tucson. But the reality is that Beale Infrastructure currently still owns the land. So now they're out looking for electricity and water. So as far as electricity, they've approached Tucson Electric. And Tucson Electric has asked the Arizona Corporation Commission for a special power agreement for the project. I've heard nothing about any additional power plants to generate that capacity, but I'm sharing exactly what I've heard so far. As far as water, since they will not be able to access City of Tucson water, they have to go through the Arizona Department of Water Resources and get the approval for that 100-year supply. So when they do that, what are they looking at? Where can they get water? Well, one way is by drilling. Now, industrial projects can drill, but there are standards. There's some protection for neighboring wells, but the reality is that there's no protection for the underlying aquifer, which could definitely be depleted. The second way they could buy water is by buying it directly from CAP. But for a project of the size of Project Blue, that is not an option. The third way is to purchase long-term water credits, which would have a zero net effect on water usage because the water already exists. Now, this is problematic because it's very, very expensive. They have to rely on CAP to make sure that it's there, and there are no new credits and will not be, I don't think, for a while with the reduction in our allocation from the Colorado River, which we anticipate is coming. The third way you can reduce your water usage is by air cooling, which is basically the difference between an air conditioner or a swamp cooler. But all that does is drastically increase the amount of electricity that the project will use. So we have to pay really close attention to what goes on here about who is draining our power grid and what is happening to our water supply. So certainly something to still keep your eyes on. So thank you for listening. And from the Democrats for Picture Rocks, we want to let you know that we are right here, fired up, and always ready to fight back.